founder chairman of the Ampersand Group, which is popularly known as the Vibgyor Group of schools across the country, and all apart from the other initiatives into this group. If I may say just one line about Rustam sir, he is the founder chairman of the group and is driven by the purpose to put quality education within the reach of all, which will help the young minds to grow and develop into the progressive thinkers and leaders of tomorrow. There are a huge number of schools which sir has across the country, right from preschool to, I think, up to the colleges. And rest, I leave it for Rustam sir to guide you, the young teachers today, and share from his experience. Over to Rustam sir, please, sir. Good morning, and sir, welcome to the show.
Good morning, everybody. So I guess it's challenging times with Corona and everything, and using Zoom, and these are the methods that seem to be the norm now and for a good amount of time in the future. Okay, so welcome everybody, and I think a few points that I'd like to make for the people in this industry. Online education. It's been an idea that's been around for some time. Never really took off. I think the industry was, to a large extent, stuck in its old ways, was not very keen to make the change because that takes a lot of effort. And I think this entire Corona epidemic unfortunately has brought us all to our knees. But in everything there is a silver lining. And I think what this current situation has created, I think, is going to change the landscape of education. And with the teachers, which are the main foundation of education, I think they need to understand that. They need to relook at their positions and work towards this changing scenario. So a few critical things that I'd like to say over here. One is that traditionally the teaching fraternity has looked at their profession in a very, very limited manner. And that is only the teaching. Whether it is in a formal system, in a school, whether it is in tuitions. But today, I think with this entire landscape of online education, there is a whole lot of professions within the education fraternity that can be pursued, right from content development to you have instructional designers. You have a whole lot of different professions that can be pursued in the broader field of education to contribute towards children education. So I think the teachers who are here, who are the people that are there in the education arena, I think will have to now broaden their scope. There are a lot of these opportunities and this industry is exploding literally. And I don't think this change is going to be temporary. This change is going to be there for a good amount of time. And with that will come in a lot of opportunities. It's unfortunate that we needed this kind of epidemic to, be the catalyst. But so be it. For better or for worse, I think that is the direction. And as educationists, I think there's a whole lot of opportunity over there. So we really need to open up and look at all those options. The second thing that I would like to stress on, and this is not only for the teaching fraternity, but even for anybody and everybody in any profession, that the world is changing. The world is changing fast. There was a time when you did your qualifications, you gained some skills, and that was good enough to last you for most of your life. Somebody did his B.Ed or somebody did their B.Com, and then they could be a teacher or an accountant for the rest of their life, and that knowledge was enough. But today things are moving, things are evolving fast, and therefore the learning needs to be a very, very continuous process. updating oneself with the latest in the industry, in the market, becomes very, very critical. So the key part is don't stop learning. And the same applies even to our students. We need to teach them how to learn rather than just the old method of what to learn. Because they will need to have these skills for the rest of their life. They will need to upgrade their skills if they're going to survive. And that will need to be a continuous process. So I guess I'll just summarize with these 2 points. I'm sure there are a lot of the others that are waiting, but I thought that I'd make these 2 very critical points, and yeah, that's it for now.
Sir, you still have time on air. We also just wanted to know about your experience, about your life, how you set up so many schools with such a huge infrastructure across that country. The teachers of today also will become school owners of tomorrow. If you can just give 1 or 2 minutes of your time, sir.
Sure. So I think the first school, there were a few fundamental things that were in mind when we set up the first school. One was that it needed to be different, obviously different for the better, from any other school that we knew at that point of time, especially from the schools that we had come from. So we had all had our experiences. We had found that education was a bit mundane. It was not the most enjoyable thing in our times. It was not the most comfortable environment. So when we had started off the first VIBGYOR, we wanted to do it differently, give quality, and we were probably the first school that had central air conditioning. We were probably the first school that had 24 students to a class. We were probably the first school that was using the scripted curriculum. We were probably the first school that was in India that was doing integrated curriculum. So the whole idea was, how do you use the best practices that were known all over the world, package them into a particular product, and come up with something that was far better and far different than anything else in the market. So I think that was the basic premise on which the first school was set up. I think there were a lot of apprehensions from our side, whether the parents would accept it, whether the teaching fraternity would accept it, because at the end, education is, for a child, is a very critical subject. So they were looking at things from we were worried. But fortunately for us, I think it worked out well. We were filling up a void that was there in the market that parents were waiting for. And we were able to deliver what we promised. And probably, I guess, that is the reason why we were able to move so fast and grow so fast over a period of time. Having said so, I think those few fundamentals of quality, doing things differently, and being ahead of the times, I think those few qualities still remain with us today. And just to give you an example, we've been creating online curriculum for now the last 2 years. We have our own systems, we have our own processes, we have our own curriculum. In fact, I'm not sure how many of you all would remember, but about 2 years back when we wanted to introduce it in the schools, grade 5 upwards, there was a lot of resistance from the parents. Somebody quoted doctors saying that children should not be spending too much time in front of the screen. There were a whole host of, I've probably got 1,000 emails as to objecting to that kind of thing, and we had to roll back that entire effort. Today, coincidentally, it's that same material that we had developed at that point of time, and the same platforms that we had developed at that point of time, which are being used and which have been very helpful in us to be able to move on to the entire online space at a far faster pace than a lot of the competitors. But yeah, it's ironical that had the parents accepted it at that point of time, today probably we'd have been far better off, because all the initial glitches and all would have been sorted out, and it would have been more as a matter of habit. But yeah, so be it. So fortunately for us, we had all that in place and we are able to use that today. Yes, long way to go, a lot of more development to do because it's an evolving place. Yeah, I guess
So that's where our visionary sir, Rustam Kerawala sir, thank you very much. Now we have our second guest of honor, Mr. Kunal Dalal. In the meantime, I would just like to introduce people to Dr. Chinu Agarwal has already joined us. Doctor, if you can just say hello, you'll be there on the screen of the people. You can just unmute for a second and just then, yeah.
Good morning,
So we have-
Chandar. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, so we'll just have our second guest of the day, Kunal Dalal, to speak to the audience, and then we come back to the panelists, and then we introduce all the panelists for the day before our guest of honors move to their other engagements. Mr. Kunal Dalal. Mr. Kunal Dalal, an alumnus of Carnegie Mellon University, USA, is passionate about education and believes to equip learners to be global citizens. He says we need to nurture their mind, body, and soul in unison. Mr. Kunal Dalal, at the helm of JBCN International School, currently operates 4 campuses in Mumbai. And it's not just the 4 campuses. He has been impressing and helping the school leaders across the country, giving his thoughts, giving his guidance, and also opening up all the learning initiatives with the research team at JBCN has been developing from each state. Perhaps one of those schools which has got a complete research department to help out the teachers. They also have a well-designed curriculum and innovative pedagogy. Additionally, JBCN School also operates preschools under the Children's New Group of Preschools. Mr. Dalal is also a keen sports person and an enthusiastic cricketer and truly believes in the positive impact of the sports in shaping an individual's personality. He's also the member of the Enterprise Organization of Global Business Networks of Leading Entrepreneurs. Most recently, Mr. Dalal was also selected as an independent director of the Board of Directors of Aptech Limited, Mumbai, an industry leader in training and education. We welcome Mr. Kunal Dalal on the screen, and sir, the stage is yours. Welcome, sir.
From the creators of the award-winning English Early Literacy Phonics Playset, we bring to you a research-based, revolutionary and cutting-edge English reading product. Square Tales combine digital learning with physical application, transforming your pre-readers into independent and confident readers. Your child starts instantly from our bookshelf. Our patented blending engine helps your child blend letter sounds to form words with only 8 letters.
Pan.
Once they practice the words, they can start to read along the story through a very engaging and interactive interface.
Sap is on pan. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Pan is in sap. Pan is in sap.
Several engaging activities at the end of each book help the child revise what they have learned.
Tap all the words that match. Is. Good job! Story order. Drag the pictures in the right order to match the story. Good job! Word match. Match each picture to the correct word. Tap. Nap. Sap. Good job! Yes!
And while the children revise, our product assists their learning. Just try Square Tales 15 minutes a day to see a stark progress in your child.
Good morning, everybody. Chandar, thank you for having me here. Thank you, Rustam sir, for those inspiring words. Some of the things you said kind of resonate with all of us, and I think these are testing but important times. But having said that, just a couple of thoughts from my end I would like to share. First and foremost for the teachers is, while these are very testing times, they are difficult times for everyone. I think, when we talk about people who are facing this challenge, I think we talk about doctors, nurses, policemen, and people who are at the forefront facing these challenges, tackling these challenges on a day-to-day basis. But I think after those people, the next people who I think are overcoming this challenge in the best possible manner are our dear teachers. And I have to thank everyone, and everyone over here who's on this chat, who's a teacher. I think you must give a pat on your back and applaud yourself, because given these circumstances, given the fact that everyone has personal commitments, everyone has a home to take care of, everyone has a family to take care of, and with everything being so difficult, every teacher has gone online and ensured that learners don't suffer. Teaching doesn't stop, learning doesn't stop during these testing times. So I think after the front runners, the people who are in the face of the COVID and helping, supporting, and working through this pandemic, I think the next most important people have been the teachers of this country. So I think it's been quite a remarkable effort from all the teachers across all the schools, across various institutes, in what they are doing over the last 6 to 8 weeks. Just a couple of thoughts from my end. This 6 to 8 weeks has been very different, has been a lot of introspecting, a lot of thinking on a personal level, at an organization level, at a level where you just kind of sit back, get some time. You're not in the rat race. You're not running every day. You're not traveling in traffic every day. You just get that a little bit of extra time to think of what is important. So I think the first bit that I would like to share with teachers is, I think this is a time of reprioritizing. And I'm just speaking from the heart, speaking of what I've been doing and what I feel. I think it's a time where we reprioritize what's important to us, what's important to our families, a sense of gratitude, a sense of being thankful for everything that we have. There are a lot of people struggling and a lot of people facing some really difficult and tough situations given the current scenario. So for me, I think this is a phase which will teach us to reprioritize, whether it is health, fitness, professional work, personal commitments, your family, your children. I think the first thing we need to do is sit back and reprioritize what is important for us moving forward in the new normal once things get back on their feet. And I think that's something that every individual should do, and every individual should take time to think about. I think after we reprioritize, what's important is to rethink and relearn. Something along the lines of what Rustam sir said. Sit back and rethink about whether the skills that we have are enough for the changing world. Are we able to adapt? Are we able to accept failure? Are we able to move forward? And do we have the right skill set to move forward? And how do we build that right skill set? The skill set comes in different ways. You need mental strength, you need qualifications, you need relearning, rewiring almost, if I may say so. And I think this is a time to rethink and relearn. I think every individual, not only teachers, I think irrespective of which industry you are in, what job you're doing, what work you're doing, I think it is a time for everyone to reimagine what is going to be the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, because things are going to be very, very different. Like previously said, it's unfortunate that it had to be a circumstance like this that has forced us into this mode. But I think a lot is going to change across the world, not only in education, but in everything that we do. And I think we need to, like I said, rethink and relearn what is important, what is the skill set we require, what is the skill we need to put in our learners, what is the relevance of education today. Today, I believe relevant education is more important than just quality education. How do we focus on relevant education for our learners? What are the skills? What are the values that they need to learn and they need to have once they leave our institutes to keep them in good stead, irrespective of what the scenario will be, irrespective of whether robots are going to be running the world or irrespective of whether technology is going to take over what we are doing. So I think this is also a phase of rethinking and relearning. And the last bit I'd like to share is keeping in tune of this is to repeat and basically repeat this thought process. I think this is nature's way of telling us to sit back, press the pause button and do this. And I think every few years or every few months, we must press the pause button and repeat this process where we introspect, we rethink, we relearn, we think about what the future holds for us, what the future holds for learners that we are interacting with. And that process of repeating and redoing is something that's really critical. And I think sometimes what happens is in this whole process of moving forward, sometimes we forget to kind of sit back and press that pause button. And I think that's also equally important moving forward, because then, God forbid, and if an unfortunate situation or an unfortunate time ever comes again, we would have already gone through that process multiple times in our head, and I think we would be better prepared. Having said that, I must commend all the faculty, all the teachers across all our schools in the way they've been able to adapt in these last 6 to 8 weeks. And like I said, the way they've been able to kind of move forward and ensure that irrespective of their personal circumstances, teaching, learning, and the whole process of schooling has not changed. And a line that I've been using recently when I interact with parents or interact with everyone, and they ask me, so is school shut? And I keep saying that school is on, the building is shut. And the building is the infrastructure is basically, in my mind, just something that you need, but that doesn't enhance the process of learning. It's the teaching, learning strategies that enhance the learning process. And that is still on across schools. So yeah, that's my little bit that I would like to share with everyone. Thank you again for having me over here. And I'm glad that I could, share some of these thoughts with a larger audience.
Thank you, Kunal sir, for spending this time with us. Now, before our guests have on to their next task, we would just like to introduce the panel so that they are also aware what is the program of the day, since many of the teachers from their schools are also joining. So today amongst us, we have got Dr. Chinu Agarwal. So Dr. Chinu Agarwal, welcome to the show. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
So
Good
Dr.
morning.
Chinu Agarwal is the leading psychologist and psychotherapist and advanced practitioner for children and adolescents from USA. She has done a leadership coach company. She runs a company called Leadership Coach, which is named, where she's a director for the company named Feeling Minds. She is also a leading psychologist of North India, working in an area of imparting emotional education to every strata of society with a mission to bring psychology to everyone. She is director for Feeling Minds, incorporated under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. She is also a renowned relationship expert and a TEDx speaker. She is an internationally qualified expert into her fields. And further, I would leave Chinu ma'am to introduce herself when she is on air. Our second guest of the day is Mr. Nitin Srivastava. He would be speaking as the analyst of the day. He speaks on meditation and mindfulness. Nitin Srivastava is a meditation coach, trained over more than 30,000 professionals in the corporate. He has an expertise in scientific, simple, easy to implement, effective approach to practice meditation. Nitin Srivastava, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you.
And to handle these two elite panelists, we have got one of the best brains in Mumbai, Miss Seema Negi, right? And she has got only one line to say. She said, "मैं सिर्फ एक line बोलूँगी, I am because we are." Such a great.
That's great.
So, over to Dr. Seema.
Thank you, sir. That's a lovely way to introduce myself. That's a strong belief I stand by. I am because we are. And today is a beautiful day, and I think we have selected the best topic for today. Today is Buddha Purnima, and as Gautam Buddha rightly said, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And happiness can be attained, happiness can be achieved when we know how to meditate and mindfulness becomes a part of our life. So let me start with a very, very simple yet profound analogy which tells about life. That is, the moon teaches us every day when we see moon has taught us that it's okay to go through phases, whereas sun teaches us that no matter how many times do I go down, every morning I am going to rise up. So it's time to rise up, and teachers, as Mr. Dalal said, you are the one who is the reason behind each and every child to rise up in the morning and say, okay, we will say good morning to our teacher, whether it's virtually or it's online, offline, doesn't matter. You are the one who are the heroes in making. That is what I feel. Now, Chino ma'am, as we know, is a renowned name. Yes,
Ma'am,
sir.
sorry, I came in. We have to say vote of thanks to Kunal sir and Rustam sir.
Oh,
They
please,
are
please,
waiting
please.
for that.
Yes, yes, please.
From your side, ma'am.
My side, wonderful.
Now the
So,
stage is yours.
okay. Kunal sir and Rustam sir, I think it was so enlightening to listen to you. You are the stalwart of this industry, and you give us a lot of power. You give us a lot of motivation. We still have long way to go. I mean, our way is pretty long, and the teachers who are attending this workshop, they are the young ones who are related to our pre-primary education. They look up to you as idols, and I think you are the one who are the torchbearer. If we can achieve 1% of what you have done, I think our lives will be successful. I am so thankful, so humbled to have both of you here amongst us today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your effort, and thank you for making our morning a morning to relish, a morning to remember for years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kunal
you.
sir.
Thank you
Rustam
for
sir.
the kind words. And it was again a pleasure being here. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to Rustam, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, Chanda sir. Now I'll come to Chinu ma'am. Chinu ma'am, as we all know that you speak about mind, you speak about happiness, you speak about mindfulness. So what I personally believe, if we consider that I am a mind, and if I am set, everything is set. So how do you roll the dice for that? How do you make the mindset? How do you make the mind practice mindfulness to see the beauty in everything? It's all up to you, Chinu ma'am. The stage is yours.
You're home during the lockdown or lockdown with the Square Tales Reading app. Turn your child into a confident and independent reader with the Square Tales Reading app from Square Panda. A unique app that uses technology to mix fun stories and engaging characters into a reading and learning experience like no other, week on week. This week, the kids are reading a new book. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Square Tales Reading app today.
Thank you so much, Seema ji, and it's great to meet you online, though we are connected on Facebook and we meet there every day. Yeah. So, friends, a very wonderful topic, and how beautifully Seema ji has introduced it. And the first statement that she says about the mind is, I am the mind. So, my dear friends, let us first understand the nature of mind. So, if we want to understand mindfulness, and if you want to see what Buddha told us, is that we are not the mind. We have the mind. इसका मतलब हम लोग माइंड से कुछ अलग है, हम माइंड नहीं है. देखो, all those teachers who are listening to me today, first of all, we have to understand one. Let us say, I want to ask Seema ji to lend me a pen. Seema ji, apna pen dijiye zara mujhe. She gives me a pen. Why could she give me a pen? Please quickly respond in the chat. Why could she give me? I asked for a pen and she gave it to me. She heard me. She has it. Exactly. If suppose she didn't have the pen, what would she would have told me? Ma'am, I'm sorry, but it was an online session. मुझे नहीं लगा कि आप मुझसे पेन मांगेंगी, तो पेन तो मैम है नहीं, है ना? She would have said, I don't have a pen right now. If suppose you have a pen, only then you can give it. Let us apply it to everything else. Suppose you have peace, you have happiness in yourself, what will you be giving to the children around you, to your family around you? अगर आपके पास आनंद है, शांति है, तो आप क्या देंगे सबको जो है? And if you have stress and irritation, what will you be giving to all others? जो है वही तो दे सकते हैं ना. So my dear friends, the first and foremost thing is we need to fill our jar. If my jar is full, then I'll be able to pour it out for others. So mindfulness will teach you to pour that peace out of you, because you will attain it for yourself. And if you are peaceful, if you are there who has got this peace inside you, the whole world will radiate with this. Nitinji is a great meditation expert. I myself have attended his meditation. I have experienced the way he teaches meditation. So I'm leaving the techniques to him. What I want to help you is understand the psychology and the physiology of mindfulness today. So let us say, mind. What is mind? I'll give you a small example to explain this. All of you have visited airports. Airport में conveyor belt होता है जिसमें हमारा luggage आता है, which keeps rotating and the bags keep coming and we keep standing there waiting for our bag, and some very beautiful bags come, red, pista color, blue color, some very sleek ones come. Then some boxes come, अलग-अलग तरह के luggages उस conveyor belt पे आ रहे होते हैं. Tell me one thing, respond in your chat. Does the conveyor belt go away with the luggage? No, it stays there. Okay. Does the conveyor belt like or dislike any bag? My dear friends, our mind is like this conveyor belt. It is an instrument, a vehicle which carries our thoughts and feelings. Thoughts और feelings अपने आप आते रहेंगे, जाते रहेंगे, आते रहेंगे, जाते रहेंगे, पर mind को उसके साथ नहीं भगाना है. You don't have to run away with one thought or one feeling. Let all these thoughts keep coming and going and keep coming and going. And what should we do? तो फिर हम क्या करें? We should just stand there as a witness, as an awareness. तो बुद्ध की जो बात है वो ये है, be aware. और अवेयरनेस इंकलकेट करने के लिए उन्होंने हमें जो सीढ़ी दी है वो है हमारी ब्रेथ की सीढ़ी. श्वास की तरफ ध्यान रखिए और विचारों को आने और जाने दीजिए, जैसे कन्वेयर बेल्ट पे लगेज आ रहे हैं और जा रहे हैं. हमारे माइंड की टेंडेंसी क्या है? Our mind either slips into the past or goes into the future. It doesn't want to remain in the present moment. उधर भागेगा या फिर उधर भागेगा, इधर नहीं रहता. Whereas where is life? Life is here. It is there in this moment, in this moment. But we forget to relish, we forget to enjoy, we forget to live this moment because the thoughts that are crowding our mind. So if we want to live in this moment, cherish this moment, we will have to just become a witness and be totally, completely, fully for this moment aware. Awareness is the key. So, माइंडफुलनेस कैसे कल्टीवेट होगी? माइंडफुलनेस के लिए एक बहुत ही सुंदर शब्द है दृष्टा भाव. Be an observer. Who is an observer? Who does not add any mirch masala, who does not manipulate, who does not get attached. So let me give you one more analogy. Suppose I have got a CCTV installed over here in my drawing room. What will be the CCTV recording? क्या रिकॉर्ड करेगा CCTV? Respond in your chat. Our activities, whoever is coming inside the door, going outside, what clothes were he or she wearing, what kind of things happened, right? Will the CCTV favor anyone? If suppose someone says, so I'm taking from here, but CCTV you don't tell anyone. Will the CCTV be able to do that? The CCTV cannot add or delete anything. But what about us? What about us? हमारा जो माइंड है वो कैसे काम करता है? So all of you, just look at me for a second. I am going to do a mime for all of you. मैं आप लोगों के लिए एक mime करूंगी. You have to note the observations and tell me in your chat. Okay, ready everyone? So I'm going to do this mime. Tell me. Desperately waiting for someone. Someone is late. And but acha. Looking for someone. That someone is okay, getting frustrated, getting irritated. Acha. Ruko. Stop time. Friends, what was my instruction? Somebody is saying looking at the watch. जरा देखो मैंने वॉच पहनी है क्या? जरा देखना, वॉच है मेरे रिस्ट में. वॉच किसने ऐड करी? आपने ऐड कर दी वॉच, अपने इमेजिनेशन से मुझे वॉच पहना दी. और क्या किया? साइंस का जर्नल याद करिए जरा. Please remember the page where we used to write the aims and objectives. Then we used to write the procedure. Then we used to write the observations. Then we used to write the inference and then the conclusion. Right? हम लोगों ने क्या किया? Direct conclusion पे चले गए. You are waiting for someone. You are irritated. Whereas observation was, you are looking at your wrist. That was a observation. Got it? So observations सारे जब इकट्ठे हो जाते, उसके बाद हम कोई conclusion पे पहुंचते. But हम we always jump to conclusions क्योंकि हमारे mind की ये tendency. So suppose Seema ji is a principal. She tells the peon, staff room में से जाओ, madam को बुला लाओ. Now everyone looks at her when the message comes in the staff room, and she starts thinking, what has happened? Why is she calling me now? Have I done something? Is she going to scold me? Is she going to give me some extra work? Is she going to make me wait today? Oh my God, I already have a commitment in the evening. How am I going to say no to her? इतना सारा पहले आ गया first 2 minutes में. You have not even gone and met her yet. So most of our anxieties are created by our own mind. They are not there. We have put our imagination to use when it was of no use. You could have simply gone with a neutral mindset, like the CCTV camera, not adding your own mirch masala and spices to that event. You could have gone there and asked, "Madam, hello, good morning, I'm here, you called me for," and now waited for her to say something. So John Kabat-Zinn, a person who brought mindfulness to psychology, says a very beautiful thing about mindfulness. He says, the first ingredient for cultivating mindfulness is to cultivate a curiosity mindset and do away with the biases and prejudices. तो ये क्यूरियोसिटी माइंडसेट कहाँ से आएगा? ये क्यूरियोसिटी माइंडसेट आपके बच्चों का है. The learners that you deal with, they already have a curiosity mindset. So I'll give you an example how children are curious. So I belong to a Marwadi community, so we use hing in our spices. Are you aware about asafoetida, hing? So since I live in Agra and nearby there is Hathras, they manufacture hing. So we get pure hing from Hathras. It is in the form of small rocks, which have to be ground to use it. So my son was in 2nd standard and he was playing around. So I just said, "Beta, isko zara kood do." He started doing that grounding for me. And just at that time, something occurred to him and he just tasted one bit of it. And he screamed like anything. Because that is very pungent and it gives a very burning taste. And then I gave him lots of water and I had to make him vomit and all that. Why did he do that? Because of the curiosity mindset. But what about us? We have lost all curiosity already. When we sit for eating, we already imagine a taste in our mind and we just look at the TV. Without tasting, we have eaten the whole lunch or dinner. And so, one of the ways of cultivating mindfulness is mindful eating. Be in that experience. Look at the food in front of you. Smell the aroma. Take it in your hand. Bring it to your mouth. Let your mouth salivate. Then put it in your mouth. Then roll it on your tongue before gulping it down. This activity in itself will be a calming, meditative experience for all of you. Yes, we keep eating it without relishing. So, my dear friend, I think, Seema ji, I should stop here and then ask Nitin to do some mindful activities with them, and then we can take up the questions.
Yes, we can do that. So, Chinu ji, whatever you have explained, something came to my mind. When we see the muddy water, the best way to make the muddy water settle is to leave it alone. If we leave the muddy water, it settles down. So that is what we all need to practice, that rather than pre-assuming so many things, the examples that you have given. We have to.
And Seema ji, ye muddy water ka jo example aapne diya, this example is straight from the Upanishads, where when they teach you to do inner cleansing to do purification, they give the example of this muddy water. And they say meditation is to help you bring about that stillness where all the impurities settle down and the water becomes something which you can use for drinking.
True.
तो हमने बहुत ही बढ़िया एग्जाम्पल दिया.
Thank you. You have explained it so well. I think all the teachers who are sitting, they are writing in the chat box. They understood it so well. The conveyor belt to the watch to everything. We have this notion that whenever we see like this, whether we are wearing the watch or not, we feel that there is something. So this brings me to Nitin sir, and I am reading the questions which are coming in chat box. So I will collate all the questions for you, Nitin sir, because many questions are related to meditation, so that half of the queries can be sorted out right now. So the questions that are coming again and again is, what is the right time and place for meditation? How long we should practice it? What is the right posture? Toddlers should do it or they should not do it? And what if I'm not able to concentrate? I start with a lot of enthusiasm. Yes, from today I will start meditation, but after 2 days, where is the enthusiasm and where is the meditation? Nobody knows. And what is the right age for child to practice, and how many times in a day can I practice meditation? These are few of the questions which have popped up during Chinu ma'am's explanation. So sir, if you can cater to that.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Learning to read was never so much fun. Help your child acquire reading skills starting at home. Get your child reading and learning with the SquareTales reading app today and turn them into confident readers for life. Each book slowly increases the level of learning, following a sequence of phonological awareness, so your child becomes an independent reader. All this while the child is playing. Download the SquareTales reading app today.
Thank you, Seema ma'am, and thanks, Chandar, and thanks a lot, Chinu ma'am. I know Chinu ma'am since last 4 years now. और उनका the way she has explained what mind is, मेरा काम उन्होंने आधा कर दिया. उनका जो यूएसपी और स्टाइल है, कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजों को इतना सिंपल कर देती हैं कि ऐसा लगता है कि यू डोंट नीड एफर्ट टू रिमेंबर इट. दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ चीनू मैम सेशन, एंड इट इज रिफ्लेक्टिंग ऑनलाइन एज वेल. मुझे लग ही नहीं रहा है कि मैं ऑनलाइन क्लास में हूँ. वी आर नॉट टुगेदर, एंड थैंक यू सो मच. Right, I'll start in this talk of mine. When it comes to meditation nowadays, it's like everybody is talking about it, okay, and very few are doing it. So let me first tell one thing. When it comes to meditation, talking about meditation will not help anybody. It can just trigger it कि हाँ मुझे करना है. Until and unless it comes in practice, it is not going to work. That intellectualization of meditation is not going to help anyone. Rather, after a certain time, it becomes a barrier in practice. Okay, so we'll start with this. So before I start, ma'am has explained mind very beautifully, the functioning of mind, right? How it operates. Now I ask you all to take a pause and make a note of things you do through your mind, right from the day we are born and till the day we will be dead. We will be using our mind. So just close your eyes and think of all the activities we do through our mind. So I'm giving you 20 seconds to do that. Just everyone close your eyes and get your mind run through the set of activities we do through our mind. And I'm also closing my eyes. Okay, now just open your eyes, right? And write on the chat box set of activities, what all activities came to. So somebody is writing almost all the activities, okay? It's exactly overthinking, judging, expectation, imagination. Exactly, right. Thank you everyone. I'll consolidate. Actually, everything we do in our life, we do it through our mind, right from the day we are born and the day we will be dead. Okay. Now my question here is, what we do for the mind? We do everything through our mind. हम अपने दिमाग से सारे काम कर रहे हैं और दिमाग भी हमारे सारे काम कर रहा है. अगर मैं सिंपल बायोलॉजी से बात करूं तो वॉलेंट्री और इनवॉलेंट्री एक्टिविटीज माइंड अपने आप कर रहा है. मेरा सवाल यहाँ पे ये है कि मैंने दिमाग के लिए क्या किया. I have used my mind everything and will be using it the day we are alive. The question comes, what we are doing for mind, right? And this answers a very important question, why we should meditate, right? I always say, what is food to body? Meditation is to mind. So this is a very, very important question. Everybody comes and asks कि सर मैं जो मेडिटेट क्यों करना है, मुझे एनलाइटनमेंट नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा नहीं, मुझे साधु नहीं बनना है, मुझे वो नहीं करना है. It's not like that. Okay, so whenever next time somebody asks you, remember this: what is food to body? Meditation is to mind. Start doing something for the mind. That is got question one, I think. Why we should meditate? Is this clear to everyone? Let's move to the next very important myth about meditation, and that is meditation is very difficult. मुझे किसी साधु से सीखना है, मुझे किसी आश्रम में जाके सीखना है. हाँ, वो अपने टेक्निक्स हैं अपने जगह, राइट. यहाँ पे मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछता हूँ सबसे. Who taught you how to breathe? Again, use your mind and think. Who taught you how to breathe? Our answer is no one. It's natural. We are born with it. Same is with meditation. Everyone is born with this tool of meditating. It is as natural as breathing. But why it becomes so complex? Because through our learning or education system, whatever you call it, nobody has come and told us that meditation is as effortless as breathing. Sorry, people who teach, कईयों ने उसको इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स बना के रखा, मार्केटिंग ऐसे होके रखी हुई है कि ऐसा लगता है कि बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स मैटर है. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. Believe me, we are designed, our mind is designed to meditate. Okay, so this answers the second question. Is it difficult? Absolutely not. It's a natural tendency. जैसे ही आप थोड़ा practice, you just need to be aware and you need to implement few practices. Okay, as Chandar has said, I have designed a meditation of 8 minutes. The link of the YouTube link of which I will posting it on the chat once I am done, and my number will also be there, so you all can connect through me and I can send it to you. Now the next question which comes is, what is the right time and right place to meditate? तो यहाँ पे भी कॉम्प्लेक्स चालू हो जाता है. भैया मेरुदंड सीधा हो, सिद्धासन लगाओ, पद्मासन लगाओ, ऐसे बैठो, वैसे बैठो. Okay, all those are required for a very higher level of meditative practices. Day to day, आप सोने में बैठ के करिए, आपने बेड में बैठ के, आप जमीन में बैठ के करिए, आप कुर्सी में बैठ के करिए. The important is please do. Okay. People come and say, सर 4 बजे उठना पड़ेगा क्या मेडिटेशन करने के लिए? मैंने बोला पहले जिंदगी में कभी 4 बजे उठे हो क्या? बोले नहीं सर. तो मैंने कहा फिर मेडिटेशन के लिए कभी नहीं उठ पाओगे, एंड दैट विल बिकम अ रीजन ऑफ नॉट मेडिटेटिंग. तो हम अपने रीजन खुद ही क्रिएट कर लेते हैं मेडिटेशन नहीं करने के. ओके, तो टाइमिंग, जस्ट एक चीज का ध्यान रखिए, कोई भी मील और मेडिटेशन के बीच में, एनी मील एंड मेडिटेशन के बीच में कम से कम 90 मिनट का गैप होना चाहिए. डोंट जस्ट सिट फॉर मेडिटेशन, यू हैव स्टफ्ड योरसेल्फ एंड अभी मैं मेडिटेशन करूंगा. नो, इट विल नॉट हेल्प, रादर उससे प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होंगे. राइट, सो आई होप इट आंसर्स दिस क्वेश्चन ऑफ व्हाट इज द राइट टाइम and right place for meditation. जितना कंफर्ट लेके आप मेडिटेशन करेंगे उतना अच्छा है. यूज पिलोज, यूज सोफास, use leg rest for meditating. Don't think of that Padmasana position. No, it will come gradually with over a period of time. Okay. The next question which comes is kitni der kiya jaye? For how much time should I meditate? Okay. Ideally, because your mind is designed in such a way, from 15 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so you can start gradually with 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So the one which I'll be sharing is the very basic one. It has a 8-minute meditation. वो खींच के 10 मिनट का हो जाता है, right? To 1 hour. That is more than enough for people like us. Okay. How many times in a day I should meditate? Mindfulness is all about in a meditative state always. So train your mind. What Chinu ma'am said, while you are eating, that mindful eating is nothing but a form of meditation. Okay, and slowly your mind will accept. And Seema ma'am said कि यार we all start, हर कोई बड़े enthusiasm के साथ करता है और फिर धीरे धीरे the graph goes down. Okay, वो इसलिए होता है कि लोगों ने इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स और डिफिकल्ट बना के रखा हुआ है, राइट? I always say, जो फैमिली साथ में खाती है, खाना खाते हैं, हम साथ में घूमते हैं, हम साथ में बातें करते हैं, हम साथ में मेडिटेशन क्यों नहीं करते? The day you will have a practice, a system in your play house, even for 10 minutes, do it. I will tell you, it will synchronize the energies of entire family, right? One more question which comes is, किस age group से चालू करना चाहिए? A child of age group 7 and above can sit for meditation. अगर वो 5 मिनट भी बैठ रहे हैं ना तो चलेगा. Don't force meditation. Again, I'm telling you, don't force meditation on yourself as well as on others. So in my workshops, you know what happens once the workshop is over. So if a husband is there, तो वो आके बोलता है सर मेरी वाइफ को सिखा दो नेक्स्ट वर्कशॉप, और वाइफ आती है तो बोलती है सर मेरे हस्बैंड को सिखा दो. मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ भैया तुम तो कर लो पहले, राइट? So it's all about doing on your own. I hope Seema ma'am I answered all the questions. Is there any question which is left?
No, most of the question you have answered. Now the questions which are coming for meditation are how do we teach meditation during virtual classrooms, and how to teach this to toddlers? I think that you have answered. And one more wonderful question which has come is how to handle irritation or irritability related to COD. So can meditation be a solution for that? If somebody has this compulsive disorder of seeing things the way they want and they get irritated with everything, so can meditation provide any solution?
Yes, it will help. Definitely it will help. But I think mindfulness activities will help more. Chinu ma'am can give a light on that, right ma'am?
Yes, Chinu ma'am, if you can.
Early literacy is the foundation for all learning. Building on this foundation, our mission at Square Panda is to help every child succeed at early literacy. One of the things that parents may not always be aware of is that learning to read is an extremely complex skill. Not only from a behavioral perspective where children have to attend school for many years to learn how to read, but also from the perspective of the brain, where some profound rewiring needs to happen to enable skilled reading. Square Panda monitors a child's performance on the games so it can deliver personalized instruction to each child. Progress in the game is adapted to keep the child in the optimal zone for learning, where they're challenged but not frustrated, where they're rewarded but not bored. One of the other things that I want to emphasize is that it is very important for children to really get engaged and have fun with the reading process. That is what ultimately will drive their intrinsic motivation to keep coming back and keep learning.
So, OCD is so let us understand in the context of OCD. OCD that we have got a healthy mind and an unhealthy mind. So OCD thoughts are being generated by the unhealthy mind. If we can teach the healthy mind to observe the unhealthy mind and not to do anything about it, non-doing state, just being state. जो OCD का client है, उसका unhealthy mind ये कह रहा है, wash your hands again and again, check the door again and again, do this, do that. We have to train that person to become mindful and see that these are unhealthy thoughts. You don't have to act upon them. Just let them come and go. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. And one exercise, if you allow me, I'll just help you do that. It will take only 2 minutes, but it will answer
Yes,
most
ma'am, please.
questions that are coming. Shall I do that exercise?
Yes,
Seema?
yes, yes,
Yes, yes,
yes.
ma'am.
I think that will be better. Yes.
Yes. So all of you, please make yourselves comfortable wherever you are sitting. जहां भी हैं आप अपने आप को बिल्कुल कंफर्टेबल कर लीजिए और जब भी आपका मन हो gently close your eyes. Keep breathing normally and become more and more aware of your own breathing process. Be with your breath. And as you become increasingly aware of your own involuntary, continuous, beautiful, melodious, rhythmic, life-giving process of breathing, you become more and more relaxed. In this relaxed state, whatever thoughts come in your mind, let them come and go as if they are birds flying in the sky, who do not leave any footprints behind. जैसे आसमान में पक्षी उड़ रहे हो, एक दिशा से आकर दूसरी दिशा में स्वयं चले जाते हैं, वो अपने कोई पच्चिन पीछे नहीं छोड़ पाते, उसी तरह आप इस वक्त अपने विचारों को बस आने और जाने दीजिए. They can be white birds, black birds, birds of any color, any type. Let all of them come and go, and you just be with your breath. Bring your attention gently back to your breath. Whenever you want, you can open your eyes. So, my dear friends, please share your experience. Thoughts का काम है आना जाना. अगर किसी थॉट को आपने पकड़ के पिंजड़े में डाल दिया, तो क्या होगा? It will flutter. It will like to escape. Here you don't have to trap any thought. And this you can make a practice of your life. One question I saw over here is it makes me feel sleepy. My dear friends, you have to take ample rest before you meditate, because it is your body which makes you feel tired and sleepy. If you meditate, it will relax your body and it will like to doze off. So it is nothing wrong to sleep, but then you are not meditating, you are sleeping. And so that's why हम पूरी रात के rest के बाद सुबह meditate करते हैं. Any other questions?
Thank you, ma'am.
So-
Thank you for explaining.
Yes,
Tina, ma'am,
Nitin
one
sir
thing
would-
which I
yes.
missed out.
Hmm.
one thing
Yes,
I
yes,
missed
sir.
out and which came out immediately after the Chinu ma'am activity. That is, people say, I am not able to concentrate during meditation.
True, true.
Please
Next
remember,
question was that only.
concentration is not meditation. Concentration, see, meditation is a part of yoga and yogic philosophy, right? So what has happened is people have separated meditation from them. So actually आपको पूरे holistic उस पे देखना पड़ेगा. So यम, नियम, आसन, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan and samadhi. This dhyana is meditation out of that 8 limbs of yoga. Okay. So concentration initially is used only to focus so that इतने सारे जो विचार चल रहे हैं ना, it's like a monkey. The thoughts are like a monkey from here and there. So once you focus it on one point, so you just, what you're doing, it's a step in meditation. It is not meditation. Please understand. Second, thoughts will come and go, as ma'am has said, conveyor belt example. The problem is not कि thoughts आ रहे हैं और जा रहे हैं. The challenge is conveyor belt रुक गया. अभी मैं इसी को रोक के रखूंगा. I am liking this suitcase now, so I will hold that suitcase. And what will happen? अरे भैया छोड़ो, पीछे औरों का भी आ रहा है, आगे का भी रुक रहा है. And this tendency of mind holding it to a thought becomes problem, right? I have posted a simple meditation link of my YouTube channel, okay, and the process of doing it as well. I will again post it on the chat box again so that अगर किसी से miss हुआ तो you just copy that link, and my number is also there in that. Okay, so start doing it. Keep it as Chandar said at the starting, right? मैं पूरा science आपको अभी नहीं समझा सकता हूँ. You have to trust us. What we are talking has a scientific base already. Then only me and ma'am are talking about it. We have a good experience back when we are claiming a judgmental statement. It cannot be learned on an online platform, right? For that, if you have any queries, I have already posted my number there in the chat. You can feel free to WhatsApp me or call me if you have any queries, right? Again, one thing, the best thing which when it comes to meditation is don't intellectualize it. I've seen people around roaming around and intellectualizing the meditation because that is how our education have been so far. It was never experiential education, at least with our generation, right? Meditation can only help you when you have your experience. One more important point I would like to cover here is your meditative experience is your meditative experience. Don't try to relate or compare it with anyone. And this becomes a barrier after some time. So यार मेरे को ना बहुत relaxed feel हुआ. I saw colors, I saw this, I saw that. अभी and you share it with someone who's not an experienced teacher. यार मेरे को तो कलर नहीं दिख रहा है. Now you are confused. यार मेरे को दिख रहा है, उसको नहीं दिख रहा. वो सोच रहा है कि मेरे को कलर नहीं दिख रहा है और आप सोच रहे हो कि आपको क्यों दिख रहा है, उसको क्यों नहीं. Both of them are not practicing. Okay, so keep this as every individual is unique. His and her meditative experience will also be unique.
That's very well put up, Nitin sir. And we need to take care of our monkey minds because our monkeys keep on jumping
Yes.
here and there. And
So that's all from my end. I think the time is also running.
Yes.
You're home during the lockdown or lockdown with the Square Tales Reading app. Turn your child into a confident and independent reader with the Square Tales Reading app from Square Panda. A unique app that uses technology to mix fun stories and engaging characters into a reading and learning experience like no other, week on week. This week, the kids are reading a new book. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Square Tales Reading app today.
If you are able to look into the future, you will see that most of the learning is going to happen with a lot of fun, lot of gamification, lot of emotion, and a lot of technology. Square Panda, which has disrupted the whole scenario, a system wherein the child learns not just ABCD, but learns how to pronounce them, how to read them.
Pan. Sap is on pan. Sap is on pan. Good job. Yes.
We should look at new methodologies and accept them. These are research based. There are a lot of trials have been done on children, parents, everybody. If it is effective, then there is no reason why we should not accept it.
Okay, they can just send this details on WhatsApp for the people who would like to join us for the further webinars. And we will also be informing people over to Seema ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Chanda sir, I will come to child psychology now, which is wherein I want Chinu ma'am's and Nitin sir's input. Now, if you understand your mind, if you practice meditation, and if you are a practitioner of mindfulness, may not be like in totality, but you have learned the basic aspect of mindfulness and meditation, it becomes easy for us to understand child psychology. So, Chinu ma'am, I would like you to present your narrative for child psychology, especially during this pandemic time. And same question goes to Nitin sir, you too.
So friends, first of all, let us understand that when a child is born, he's totally in a dependent state. एक छोटा बच्चा imagine करिए, एक infant. He cannot speak, he cannot sit, he cannot walk, he cannot do anything on his own. He's totally dependent on you to respond to his needs. So he will cry and the mother will feed it. He will cry and the mother will clean it. So this is total dependence with which a child is born. But tell me, how long does this dependence remain?
So people are writing 2 years, 1 year.
Very quickly, the child in the next 3 months, karvat lena shuru kar deta hai. In 6 months, he starts sitting. In 9 months, he starts standing. In 11 to 13 months, he starts walking. He has already started saying monosyllables and then he starts making sentences in broken words. By 2 years, he is already able to speak. When we talk about child psychology, we should understand the developmental psychology and the developmental milestones. And you will then be able to realize this journey of the child is from dependence to independence and later on to interdependence. So what is it that is our role as parents or as teachers? When you understand that this is a journey from dependence to independence. What is our role? Our role is to, our role is to facilitate this journey. Yes? But what we tend to do traditionally is we try to keep them in the dependent state because that is more convenient for me. So if I say, chalo, baith jao, Seema ji baitho, Seema ji baith gayi, उठ जाओ, उठ गई, homework कर लो, कर लिया, खाना खा लो, खा लिया. We want this kind of a child, right? And we term it as an obedient child, compliant child. कितना अच्छा बच्चा है, बहुत अच्छा बच्चा है, सारा काम जैसा मैं कहती हूँ वैसे कर लेता है मेरे हिसाब से. As a mother, मुझे फुर्सत मिल गई सारे काम से, अब चलो मैं तुम्हें पढ़ाती हूँ, और वो फटाक से आ जाए और बैठ के मेरे साथ पढ़ ले. Are we trying to make the child independent or dependent? Tell me. We were supposed to make the child independent, to facilitate independence. But ho kya raha hai? We want to keep the child dependent because that is convenient for me. It helps me to remain in a controlling, dominating position and to do my own work smoothly. Yes? Since you all are preschool teachers, I'm seeing a lot of queries where you are having a difficulty in managing your classroom. So there are so many children running here and there. Nobody is sitting, nobody is listening, nobody. Tell me one thing. Did these children come to learn ABCD or 1, 2, 3, 4 from you? No. They were just given a beautiful uniform, a nice lunch box, a water bottle, and they were told that you are going somewhere where you are going to have fun. And when they were brought for the admission, you showed him the swings, you showed him all the colorful garden, you told him that, you know, this is there, this music room is there, this dance room is there, this craft is there, drawing is there, everything is there. But the child, the poor child finds himself being told, sit, finger on your lips, and now say A, B, C, D. He doesn't know what you are trying to do. Yes, the child thinks it is a play area. And what does he think about you as a teacher? What is his idea about you? When he meets you in the classroom, what is his idea about you? You are also a friend, a playmate for him. But in a few weeks' time, he realizes there are so many friends who are ready to play with me, but there is one person who doesn't let me play. And who is that one person? You become demons. Now, that's why these playway methods, that's why this kind of, you know, the trend of doing all these things to involve them. I want to tell you 3 things. What works with children on the basis of their psychology and what doesn't work. And if you learn this, you'll do a great contribution to their development. We misunderstand that disciplining is controlling. It is not. Disciplining is actually caring. It is teaching the child alternative ways of behavior. एक तो आप जो behavior कर रहे हो वो है. और भी कुछ behaviors available हैं. There is second behavior, third behavior, fourth behavior available. So, the traditional ways of disciplining a child is 1, power assertion. I am more powerful, so I can scold you, I can punish you, I can make you stand on the bench, I can make you go outside and stand, I can give remarks on your notebook. This is power assertion. Power assertion is ineffective according to the research in psychology, whether it is done by teachers or whether it is done by parents at home. It makes children more aggressive. And they try to find the power in themselves to combat this power which you are asserting on them. The second kind of the thing that is prevalent is love withdrawal, where you will not talk to the child. You will say, मैं तुमसे नाराज हूं, मैं तुमसे बात नहीं कर रही, जाओ उधर जाके बैठो, तुमने मुझे गुस्सा दिला दिया, ये है वो है. Love withdrawal makes a child seek your approval, come to you again and again. He loses confidence in his own identity. And this kind of personality persists for a very long time. which we don't want. We want, remember, our goal is to help them become independent. And so, on the basis of my training in rational emotive behavior therapy, which is a great tool for learning, teaching, and parenting as well, the third kind of process that works is establishing a dialogue. And now you will tell me, ma'am, what age? The cognitive development of the child is appropriate enough to start this dialogue at the age of 3 years, my dear friends, where you discuss. What do you discuss? The behaviors and their consequences. ये behavior का ये consequence, ये behavior का ये consequence, ये behavior का ये consequence, and help them choose their own behaviors on the basis of what consequence they would like to have, which is a training to be given to the teachers, which they lack, because this kind of process will have to be done with a lot of patience while expressing affection.
And I think, Chinu ma'am, I think this time, lockdown period time, has given a lot of time to teachers to introspect and reflect whether they were doing it or not. And the strategies that you have given right now, if they start implementing that, or if they start introspecting on their own self, they will make it, they'll become a better version of themselves when they will go to school again. So may I now go to Nitin sir so that he can add his views, because we are running.
I'll just add.
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody asking, how do you create this dialogue? One of the best tools to do is short stories.
Exactly.
True. Stories have the major role to play, especially for young children. Yes, Nitin sir.
Thank you. How much time I have, so I'll limit my talk within that time frame. Is it? Do I have 5 minutes?
2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes,
2
sir.
to 3 minutes. I'll quickly run through it.
Telling about the stories, what Nitin sir, just I would like to come in.
Done. Point taken. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving you with a question instead of explaining you something. When you have 2 minutes, so the best I can do, what Chinu ma'am said is stories. Why stories? Because our mind are hardwired for stories. You don't need any effort to remember a story. Okay, right from our childhood we remember. It's a natural way your mind remembers. Okay. One more tool I would like to hear, which is very important, is क्या हो रहा है? हर कोई मैं सिखाऊंगा तुम्हें इस अप्रोच से बच्चे को अप्रोच कर रहा है, चाहे वो टीचर हो, चाहे वो पेरेंट हो, राइट? रिवर्स मेंटरिंग करिए. I do this activity in my workshop and I ask people कि थोड़ी देर के लिए इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करिए कि ये एज ग्रुप जिसके साथ आप खेल रहे हैं, 2, 3 साल, 4 साल, 5 साल का जो बच्चा है, what all can you learn from that child? If you have time, just quickly write on chat box what all you can learn from this child. हम तो अप्रोच से ही गए ना कि हमको सिखाना है. एक बार अप्रोच बदलिए, रिवर्स मेंटरिंग पे जाइए, सोचिए क्या सिखा सकता हूँ इस बच्चे, क्या सीख सकता हूँ. एंड यू नो, जस्ट 10 Indian thing, the answer which comes to me: happiness, forgiveness, right? And be in the thing. जो पसंद आ गया उसमें पूरी तरीके से मैं इन्वॉल्व हूँ. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, जब आप इसकी लिस्ट बनाएंगे, थोड़ा ध्यान से इस चीज को सुनिएगा, जब आप ये लिस्ट बनाएंगे तो वो सारी चीजों की लिस्ट आएगी जो कॉर्पोरेट सिखाई जाती है. नेचुरली बच्चा वो चीज लेके पैदा हुआ है. थैंक यू फॉर द थम्स अप. तो चीनू ने बोला फैसिलिटेशन का एक एग्जांपल देता हूं, मैं करूंगा. तो आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ किड्स, आई ऑब्जर्व पेरेंट्स अराउंड ना, गार्डन में जाते तो बच्चा बोलता है एंड ही जस्ट लिसन टू अ साउंड. एक चिड़िया वहां है और उसने चिड़िया की आवाज सुनी और बच्चा उस चिड़िया की तरफ उड़ता है, पीछे से आवाज आती है स्पैरो. यू किल द क्यूरियोसिटी ऑफ दैट चाइल्ड देन एंड देयर. रुको ना भैया, देखने दो, सुनने दो, एक्सपीरियंस करने दो, right? With this, I'll close my talk. Move to reverse mentoring. Whenever you are approaching a child, think of कि मैं क्या सीख सकता हूँ, और जब उस एंगल से जाएंगे तो फैसिलिटेशन और गाइडेंस प्रॉपर होगा. Thank you so much for the time. Thanks a lot.
Completely agree. The day we will bow down to our children in gratitude and learn from them, trust me, you will be the better version of yourself, because our children, we have to
यहाँ मैं एक
understand.
चीज और बोलूंगा, चीनू मैम ने टीए में हमको सिखा था. हम पहले सोचते थे कि ये बच्चे ज्यादा लॉजिकल बात नहीं कर सकते. एक बार बात करना तो करिए, आप दिमाग खुल जाएंगे, ये बच्चे क्या क्या चीजें लेके आएंगे. You cannot imagine that.
I think, sir,
Right, like,
everybody,
sorry for-
once everybody
Yeah,
will
sorry,
start,
please continue.
yes, once everybody will start practicing it, they will understand and realize that children know much more than us. And the day we bow down, we will learn that thing. So all I want to tell everyone is, if you treat yourself with infinite light of love, patience, respect, and if you treat your children the same way, then all the negative feeling, all the negative emotions that are there inside you will not be able to take this infinite light. So treat yourself well, treat your body well, treat your mind well, give them right food, right thought. And that is mindfulness and meditation for us. If we are treating ourselves, once we treat ourselves well, we'll be able to treat the world in a better manner. Thank you, Nitin sir. It was so engaging, so engrossing. And Chinu ma'am, we all love you for everything that you do. And your examples are always mind-blowing. We were all glued to our screen listening to that. I know 1 hour is not enough to do proper justice to your knowledge that you possess, and mindfulness is a very, very big term. But in nutshell, whatever could be conveyed, it's conveyed in a beautiful manner. We have touched upon mindfulness, meditation, child psychology, which are 3 different domains, but beautifully amalgamated here by both of you. My sincere thank you to both of you. And Chandra sir, all up to you. You have given us such beautiful platform. Thank you to Square Panda. Sir, now we are waiting for you. Chandra sir?
Yeah, I would like to thank all our panelists for the day. Now I start in the reverse order. As Nitin said, I first thank Seema ma'am, right? I lastly welcome Seema ma'am to the program. So I first thank Seema ma'am. Then I go to Nitin Srivastava.
That's quick learning, I must say. That is quick learning.
Yeah, ma'am. And then I go to Dr. Chinu Agarwal at a short notice. We first time spoke in our lifetime 7 days back. And yesterday night at 10, she was discussing and sharing, this is what we are going to speak and all. This is a well-rehearsed program. The experts have really put in a lot of time, effort, energy to give this learning to the teachers. The only reason they are there is the number of teachers who have joined and they are ready to learn. So we thank the learning inquisitiveness of the teachers. And as my senior used to always say, I just repeat what Chinu ma'am said, कि अपने दिमाग को, नितिन जी ने भी बोला, चीनू ने भी बोला, अपने दिमाग को मत लगाओ, जो इंस्ट्रक्शन है उसको फॉलो करो. So meditation is never difficult till the time you don't put your brain in between and just follow what the experts say. This is Team Square Tails signing off, saying thank you to all the experts, to all the participants.
Thank you, Chandra. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Learning to read was never so much fun. Help your child acquire reading skills starting at home. Get your child reading and learning with the Square Tails reading app today and turn them into confident readers for life. Each book slowly increases the level of learning following a sequence of phonological awareness, so your child becomes an independent reader. All this while the child is playing. Download the Square Tails reading app today.